Free Comic Book Day is tomorrow. And I'm here to tell you which books to grab and give you some tips to make the most of it. What's up, guys? BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them. All for your viewing pleasure. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. On this channel, I talk about comics. I give you all sorts of tips, and we do unboxings, reviews, and all of that. So if you're interested in that type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Now, tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day. It's the biggest comic book day of the year, perhaps besides like New York Comic Con or something. But today or tomorrow, it's all about comics, and free ones at that. So no matter where you are in the country, chances are there's a local comic shop within about an hour of you, and you'll be able to walk in, grab some free books, get some stuff on discounts, and just have a great day. Bring your family, bring your dogs, bring your kids. It's going to be great, right? Now, I'm here to help you get the most out of Free Comic Book Day. So I'm going to give you some tips in case it's your first time, your first rodeo. And if it's not, no worries. I'm also here to tell you which books you need to keep an eye out on this Free Comic Book Day. So without further ado, if you are not familiar, Free Comic Book Day is like a retail holiday, basically, where local comic shop owners and publishers all get together to give you free books to get you interested in this year and this summer's new slate of comics. So maybe you never read a Sonic the Hedgehog book before. Well, they got a Free Comic Book Day issue. You can check that out, and then you can check out the rest of the series. It's a really cool day. Fun fact, I got into comics 3 years ago this week on Free Comic Book Day in 2019. As you can see, they made me a believer, and now I'm surrounded by comic books. So anyway, I want to give you a few tips in case it's your first time at Free Comic Book Day. Now, most local comic shops open somewhere around 10 a.m. That's just kind of standard retail opening time. But you're going to want to make sure you arrive early because they're free comic books. Anytime you give something away for free, people are going to line up for them. So chances are the book you want, they're not going to have a ton of. So you need to make sure you're early to get the books that you absolutely must have. And again, we're going to go over those must-haves in a minute. So get there early. Second tip, I would say bring a mask. You never know. Some cities have mask mandates still. Some don't. Some stores still have mask mandates and mask policies. But even if they don't, there's going to be huge crowds of people. Some people may feel more comfortable if you got a mask. So just bring one, keep it in your pocket. You don't want to get all the way to the front of the line and then be turned away because the store had a mask policy and you didn't know. So bring a mask. And the third and probably most important tip, be courteous, be respectful. Like there's no need. Free Comic Book Day is typically the day where I see more kids than ever at the comic shop. So, I mean, if there's a kid near you, like let them get the books they want. Don't be pushing and shoving. Let's be a good example. But anyway, be respectful of the people around you, but also of the comic shop. A lot of people don't know this, but the free comic books that we get every year, they're not free to the shop that's providing them to you. They've got to pay for those bundles and bundles of free books. So as just a show of good faith, as they say, check out what else they have to offer. Maybe they got t-shirts. Maybe they got, tabletop games. They've got comics for sure. Hardcovers, trade paperbacks to get you into stories. They got statues and toys and Funko Pops, all sorts of things at every different price point, no matter what your budget level is. So go inside the store. Don't just grab the free stuff and run. Check out what else they have to offer. Make nice talk, make good relationships with people and buy something. Support the shop in some way. It just goes a long way to help the shops recover from all the money they have to spend throwing this event. All right. So we got the 3 tips. Get there early, bring a mask, and, shop some. So now I want to get into some books. There are over 46 books that are going to be available for Free Comic Book Day tomorrow. I don't have time to run through them all. I can tell you this though. There's books at every age level. There's books for like every rating. So all the way down to like Dog Man and Captain Underpants, all the way up to, Marvel Comics, Spider-Man and Venom. There's even some like super action packed books here. Let's look. They're on the screen now. But I want to give you a few books in particular that I'm really excited for. And this is ones that I'm definitely making sure are in my bag when I show up at Ultimate Comics Raleigh tomorrow morning. So the first one is DC Comics Dark Crisis Special Edition Issue 0. Now, DC Comics, they are leaning all in. They're heading straight toward an event called the Dark Crisis, coming out of last week's Death of the Justice League. Whoops. Let's put it on this side. Last week's Death of the Justice League, spoiler alert, leads into Dark Crisis, and the free comic book day issue that's coming out tomorrow is another chapter that's heading toward that story. So you're going to want to make sure, if you're trying to keep up with the state of the DC universe, that you pick up that book. It's free, but it's definitely essential and required reading. So pick up Dark Crisis, the special edition 0 issue, and don't say I didn't warn you. Next up, from Marvel Comics is Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals, Judgment Day. This is also a free comic book day book that leads straight into a blockbuster summer event for Marvel Comics. Basically, the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Eternals are all going to either clash or, more likely, find a way to work together to overcome some common threat. And it's all being set up in this free comic book day issue. So you're going to want to keep your hands on it, or get your hands on it. By the way, if you're a speculator out there, this book is going to be a little bit harder to come by because news has already leaked that there's a first appearance of a major character in this book. And you know Marvel likes to do that. They had the first appearance of Virus in the Spider-Man book last year. So definitely get on that. And if you're not a speculator, get on that anyway, because somebody else is going to try to grab it before you can. So keep that in mind. Now, this next one is just one that is special to me. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2022 free comic book day issue. As you can see from the cover, and maybe you're not familiar, but this is an homage to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 from Mirage Studios, like back in the 80s, right? And apparently this whole issue is an homage to that issue. So that's going to be really exciting. Nothing super like to speculate over. It's not like the first appearance of a major character. It's nothing that's going to be like super scarce, but I'm expecting that to be a good book. And then the next book from Marvel Comics is the free comic book day Spider-Man and Venom #1. Spider-Man and Venom always get a free comic book day book, and it's always a preview of what's going on in their respective titles. Now, this year, we've got new creative teams on Spider-Man and on Venom. So for the Venom side, you got a story by Ram V with Al Ewing, and I don't remember who's doing art on that issue. But then you're also getting a brand new story from Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. on the Spider-Man side of things that is explaining kind of Tombstone's role and origin as it relates to this upcoming story arc. Last week we had Spider-Man #1, and so those first 6 issues are going to be revolving around the same storyline that you're going to see in this free comic book day book. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, those were only 4 titles that I decided to highlight, but like I said, there are all sorts of books coming out this week. Let's just take a look. So I'm looking at the list of comics, and again, I'm flashing them on the screen while I talk about them. There's Captain Underpants, Dave Pilkey sampler. There's a Stranger Things book this year. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's got a book this year. Bunny Mask is coming back. Donald Duck has got a book this year. Max Meow, Cat on the Street. That's definitely something my daughter's gonna want. Pokemon Journeys, Realm of the Blue Mist. That looks like manga inspired, but it looks pretty cool. Red Sonja, Winchester Mystery House. Valiant's got a book coming out. So there's a lot of free comic book day books that are going to be up for grabs. Something for every flavor, no matter what your particular genre is. There's going to be something there for you. But like I said, you're going to want to get there early. Now, if you live in the Raleigh-Durham area, like I do, then the best place to be on free comic book day this year is going to be at any Ultimate Comics location. Now, Ultimate Comics, they're my LCS. I've been shopping there ever since their free comic book day event 3 years ago, and they always do it big. So at the Cary location, there's going to be a tent with all their back issues All right, and they're going to have back issues for sale. So from 10 a.m. to noon, back issues are going to be $3. And then whatever's left from noon to 2 p.m. is going to be just $2. And whatever's left after 2 p.m. until about 5 p.m., all those back issues that you see will be $1. So no matter what time you get there, there's going to be books available at a great bargain. But the sooner you get there, the better chance the book that you really want is going to be there. So, you got to choose. You want the most exciting book or do you want the cheapest book? Either way, no matter what time you show up at the store, something's going to be there for you. Not only are they going to have discounts on back issues, but Ultimate Comics is teaming up with The Variant, which is a collective of cosplayers. And so you're going to be able to take professional photos with cosplayers who are dressed as some of your favorite characters. Professor X, the Scarlet Witch. There's a whole lot of people, and I'll leave some information in the description below. So check them out. And again, there's going to be free comic books all day. Now, I'm going to be at Ultimate Comics Raleigh. I'm going to be there from 10 a.m. until about 2 p.m. So I'm super excited to meet some of you there. We can take pictures. We can hang out. I'll probably have, actually, I don't remember. I might have Squeak with me. I may not, but we're going to have some fun. So definitely meet me at Ultimate Comics Raleigh tomorrow. No matter where you are in the Raleigh area, make sure you stop by an Ultimate Comics location. Crabtree Mall is going to be super lit. The Durham store is going to be hype. The Cary store with the tent outside is going to be insane. Go to any one of those locations. Tell them I sent you. And if you're in Raleigh, meet me there. And I'll see you guys soon. But that's going to do it for me and this video. I hope you saw something you liked in it. And if not, hey, that's cool. Because you can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy. And be nice to others. Because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.